I've been asked this question quite a lot recently and a lot of stupid answers online. So the question is, when is the best time of year to buy a property? When you're breaking down this sort of question, you need to give context to the answer. You might go, oh yeah, the best time to buy in summer. It's like, well, for what? And so to answer this properly, I've broken it down into 3 sections. Number 1 is issues with the property. Number 2 is the availability of stock and how many properties are looking to sell. And number 3, when are you going to get the best price? If you are looking for your personal home, maybe the first 2 are more important. And if you're an investor, maybe the 3rd is the most important that you want to look out for. So let's start with number 1. Problems with properties. This might sound a bit random, but actually there are certain times a year where you can not guarantee, but increase the odds that the problems within the property have been revealed and solved. And I think the best month for getting out of these problems is around the February-March time. Well, why is that? Most of the house is utilized in the winter months. I know this might sound a bit random, but most people aren't turning on their boiler during summer, right? So how do you know you've got a boiler problem until you start turning it on? So often it comes to November and December, it is the central heating engineer's dream. And often people are turning it on, finding out that there's either a leak in one of the pipes, the boiler's not working, or worst of all, it completely breaks down and floods the entire house. And often, obviously, if a property is going to go for sale, those problems need to be fixed. I've actually bought a few properties myself in the past, in summer, and then got to winter and found out there's problems that I couldn't foresee. So either buy the property in February to reduce the risk, or make sure when you are viewing a potential property in the summer, make sure to turn on the central heating system, turn on the heating to a high degree, I know it's a bit weird, and turn on all of the taps in the house. Understand, is the pressure good? Is the boiler good? Is the system good? And you can save yourself thousands of pounds. Next is the availability of stock. So it may not come as a surprise, but if you've got 1.2 million properties getting sold every year, it's not 100,000 per month. There are certain months where a lot more properties come to market. And this comes with pros and cons. So you might flip this on its head and say, when is the best time to sell a property? And it's always end of spring, start of summer. The reason for this is it's getting warmer, it's longer days, it looks prettier in the sun, obviously. And people are thinking from a happier medium, i.e., what can I do? Where can we go to? Should we upsize? Should we downsize? And so there's more properties that come to market. The downside of this is because of not just the availability of stock, but the excitement around it, is there's also a load more buyers. So what this means is the availability of stock is there, but also the availability of buyers is also there. So the competition is really high. And because of this sun that's out and adding to everyone's mood, and the longer days, and the fact it looks better, guess what happens to house prices during these areas? It goes up. So whilst having the availability of stock is good, you are going to pay a premium for it. The one that I care most about is getting the best price. And this is kind of counterintuitive in a way that you can buy all the way through the year, and really it's about getting the motivated sellers or vendors out there and getting the best price from them. But there's always a couple of months that really jump out as the best months where I get the best deals out there. So this isn't on number of deals, it's getting the best price. And those months are December and January. This comes in 2 forms. Because the market is slowing down a little bit, it means that the supply to the market, or the number of properties coming to the market, is much reduced. But people's mindset completely changes. You'll notice it comes to the 1st of December. People start chilling out more. It's a bit more relaxing. Oh, we'll look into things next year. All of that sort of thing. And so that's also the buyer's mentality. Well, this year, for example, most of our solicitors are breaking up on the 17th of December. It's like, what? It's halfway through the month, right? But the 17th of December, well, tell you what, what's the point getting into legals now? Let's just wait until next year. The thing is, when the buyers are gone, the people that are looking to sell their property, they're a lot more motivated. Imagine you're somebody trying to sell your property, especially over the last couple of years. It's been bloody difficult in life in general. And you're thinking, I don't want to go into Christmas without my property having sold. Or worst case, some people have had it sold, maybe had a down valuation, and the buyers pulled out of the property. So they thought they were finishing the year with a property that sold, and now they're not. So this is a great opportunity for you to not be competing with competition. And sometimes that means a reduced price, which is great for you and hopefully works for the vendor as well. But even if you're not getting a massively reduced or discounted price, you're not competing with 5, 10, 15 people for the same thing. The other reason is a lot of changes happen in New Year. People want new relationships. Unfortunately, more people die over the Christmas period, which means more probate properties. But as it goes through that period and they're spending time with family, the arguments, people want change, it then comes into January where there's still not loads of buyers because people are just focusing on getting the year started. But for people that do want to sell, they're wanting to sell quite aggressively and so are willing to reduce the price in a lot of situations. Winter, spring, summer or fall? Which one are you? Let me know in the comments your reason for buying a property and when are you going to buy. If you got value from this video, it would help me out tremendously if you lightly tap the subscribe button and the notification bell if you're new to the channel and you want to find out more about property investment. And if you did get value from this video, it helps tremendously if you also destroy the like button on your way to the next video.